Okay, so now we're just going to add a few things to the text. So throughout the example text, you probably noticed that I bolded keywords. So you'll see here the core, radiative zone, convection zone, photosphere, so some keywords. So we're going to go and do that. And I'll also just show you at the same time how to italicize and underline words if you'd like as well. So let's just see here. So the first time we do this is in this subsection, the core. So let's go to Sun Interior File and go to the subsection, the core. So let's start by looking at the inner core. So we're going to bold this. So the command is backslash, and then we have text BF. So boldface. And then you can just go and hit this right here, and then you can type it in again, core, and then you'd have to delete this one. Okay. Compile that again. And now you can see this is bolded right here, core. Another way to do that, so I'm just going to take that out for a second. So this is a way to do this in overleaf, which is really cool. Just highlight it and then hit Control B on your keyboard. And it just does it for you in 2 seconds. So that's what I usually do. So if instead of making this bold, you wanted to make it italicized, the command is text IT, curly brackets. So again, I'll just show you that. So the shortcut to that, actually, let's just delete this out. So if I highlight it and hit Control I, then it does it for you there, text IT, so italics. And when we compile that, it'll italicize it. So let's just look at the third way. So if we want to underline this instead, delete that out and use the command backslash underline. So let's compile that. And now the word core is underlined. So let's go back and make this bold instead. So I'm just going to highlight it like I did before, which is a lot faster. Control B. There we go. And now it's bold. And now let's just go back to the example text document so we can see what other things we need to bold. So in the subsection here, radiative zone, we're going to bold that, convection zone, photosphere. So it's the first instance of the keyword. So let's go do that now. So the area outside the sun's core is called the radiative zone. So I'm going to bold this. Control B. After the radiative zone, energy then moves in the form of photon, heat, and solar gas into a region we call the convection zone. So I'm going to bold that. Our outer visible layer of the sun, called the photosphere. Bold this. Above the photosphere is a region called the chromosphere. The outer part of the sun's atmosphere is called the corona. And extending far into space is the outer part of the corona, which we call the solar wind. So those are all bolded. Now let's go to solar activity section. And we're going to do a similar thing. So let's go to the example text. And we're going to bold the word sunspots, solar flares, and prominences. So clusters of dark areas called sunspots. And then bright eruptions, they're called solar flares. And then we have here glowing gas, loops of gas that extend thousands of kilometers into the corona are called prominences. Okay, so those are all bolded. Now let's go to sun life cycle and let's see what we're going to bold there. So the words red giant and white dwarf. So this word right here, or words. Okay, and then white dwarf right here. So I'm just recompiling that now so we can take a look. So we can see the bolded words here on the right. Solar flares, prominences, red giant, white dwarf. There we go. Okay, so in the next video, we're going to look at inserting a table and the images. And then we'll also explore a few other things to make this article look really great.